Hey everyone, welcome back to Carrots and Olives. My name is Brittany and I am just going to do a semi-relaxing video of some new things I have obtained the past week actually. So I do want to talk about a couple of new things. First off, I received some products from Burga, and they are a company that sells phone cases. And I don't know if you're anything like me, but I like to switch out my phone cases. Burga has some pretty fun cases, and I do like the fact that you can actually keep the plastic portion on. I could still charge my phone with just this on if I have the charger like the Belkin charger, which is like this one where it's suspended. My phone will still charge magnetically that way, so that's kind of nice. So I don't have to like really remove the whole thing. Of course, if I were to remove the whole thing, I will have a better magnetic connection, meaning that my phone won't easily fall off the magnet. But if you have one of those chargers where it just sits on your desk flat, then it will also work that way as well. So they also come in these really nice fancy little sleeves, and I want to thank Burga for sending these to me. This is one of them. Another one I got, which is this case that has sparkle and the glitter. Then I also got this one, which is more for spring, and I'm going to be giving away this one. So if you are interested in this case, I have an iPhone 12. It will only work for an iPhone 12. And so if you have an iPhone 12 and are interested, please post a comment below on what was your favorite thing to eat this Thanksgiving. If you celebrated Thanksgiving, please post what was your favorite thing to eat in the comments, and I will pick a winner and ship this to them. It is open only within the United States, and yeah, so this is the one you will get. And remember, it is only for an iPhone 12. I will put more details in the description below. Now, something else I received is a couple packages that I want to share with you, and a pen. So I don't normally buy fountain pens from those who are trying to sell their pens like used, but I did happen to find a seller or someone who was selling their pen, and it was such a great deal that I jumped on it. So this is a really shiny, like cream pearlescent pen. There's purple, there's like green, some blue, but mainly like creamy purple pinks in this pen. It's kind of hard to share. Maybe that's the best angle. So I did get this from someone on Instagram, and it arrived this weekend, and it has a Yovo fine nib. I have not yet written with it, nor have I actually inked it up. So I'm going to ink it up with you today, and we will test it out. It has a Schmidt converter, and I'm excited to put some ink in this and see how it writes. Hopefully the nib is tuned okay, But from my experience, for those who typically resell their pens, either they just don't like the material, or they don't like the nib. So we'll see how that goes. And then I got this from Bangkuhan. So this is my receipt. And if you know anything about Bangkuhan unboxings, they take their time in making sure that you have a nice experience when unpackaging your item. As you can tell, this package is very slim and slender. So I only got 2 things here, which is rare for me. Usually when I order from them, I will save up and order a lot at once. But I really wanted to jump on this before it disappeared. So they came out with a new product a couple weeks ago. And I've been following them on YouTube. They've been coming out with videos that they schedule in advance for live videos on YouTube, and I've been joining those, and that's usually where they will share what new products they've been working on. So I decided to get the everyday pen case, and I got some Kita tape. So let's take a look at the Kita tape. It's been a while since I've ordered Kita washi, and actually I've gone through about 2 of my Kita booklets. So it's about time that I kind of get some new ones in my collection. And these are quite nice. They're a little bright for this time of year, in my opinion, but this one is pretty interesting. It's more like organic shapes, and then you just fold it over and tuck this in, so it's like a cover, and then I can use this in my journal, in my notebook, my planner, what have you. So the next thing is this one. I had a feeling it was going to be quite small. It is really small. Let me find something that could put it in perspective. So there's this pouch, which is a small standard Superior Labor pouch, engineer pouch, and this is almost the exact length of this case. So this is the everyday pen case, and I got it in the Sand Dollar, which is just their lighter color. It's the combination of white and this tan that you see, and really simple design. And I love how they have like the tags attached to all their canvas. This is painted and the material is canvas. The zipper is really smooth, and it has the pull tags that are made of leather. But I wanted this because I wanted to add it to one of my planners for next year, which is my Rotor Faden A5 Slim. So here's a size comparison there. And we can look at the size comparison of their wallet insert. And so it's smaller than that. And oh wow, it would fit in here if I wanted to. But ideally what I wanted to do is when I close this up, this would just kind of fall, kind of close this up as well, like that, so I can carry it together. Now I think that's also limited to how much I stuff this thing, but ideally I think I was only thinking about putting maybe 4 or 5 pens in here, just some essentials. So I really like that. I mean, I can probably fit it. Let's see. I have a my Leonardo and a Sailor. Just 2 pens. This is my new pen. What else? I could put like some tape. There's a little bit of space on the right side. And let's see. Let's say I wanted to put my Kita tape in there and a clip. So I can do that. And then I can just take this on the go with me. It doesn't even have to go that way. It could go this way as well, although there would be overlap. But this is ideally how I wanted to use this. And I like it. I love their products. I know they'll last me like a lifetime because this material, I'm sure it wears, but it doesn't tear, at least so far from the canvas products I've had. I haven't discovered any issues with them. So they're pretty sturdy, they're well made, and it's just one of those things. It's like a collector's item in my case. So let's put that aside. We do have another thing I want to share. And that needs me to zoom out. So this is something I had been looking at for about a month. And I decided to go for it when I realized that they had a sale for Black Friday, and it came in about 3 days. I thought that they were, oh, they're out of California. No wonder. I did not know that they were so close. I thought that they were actually a foreign company. But I got this from Studio Absent, and we are going to open it together. So it comes in this box, and you'll see this is a box within a box, and it's a perfect fit. Okay, so this is like my Christmas gift to myself. There's a thank you card. Oh, that's nice. Let's see if I can take it off. And I can put that in my journal. Now, I was kind of torn. I wasn't sure what I wanted to get. They have quite a few products on their site, but I decided to go with the bow bag. So they have like a ton of colors, but on the site, because they had their sale, they had already limited colors. I'm pretty sure the other ones sold out, and then they come up with new ones. I just decided to go with the black bag. So wow, it comes with a nice pouch, and this bag is like the exact same size as this dust bag. Usually dust bags are like a little bit larger than the bag they're protecting, but this one is like a perfect fit. It probably would be very difficult for me to put this bag back in its like pouch, but it's a nice touch. Okay, so this is the bow bag. It has gold at the top. It's actually really sturdy in its shape. We have some D-rings on the sides for the strap. They have a strap here on top. And it's one of those where it can flatten and then you can pull it. And then we have some leather pull tags. It's very well presented and packaged. Okay, so let's take a look inside. I do like the gold against the black. And voila. So a little inflated bag to keep its shape, but this thing is sturdy, like it's pretty hard. It's not going to collapse in unless there's a lot of pressure. And then we get rings. And this one was a set, so it came with some inserts. It came with 5 inserts, which is really nice because I can set it up now rather than wait. I did start ordering stickers from another company that uses the same type of inserts with their stickers each month, and I'm excited to start that subscription. And then I could just keep adding to this binder. Now I believe, yes. Oh, okay, it's magnetic. So this is removable in the event you don't want to use it. Nowadays, they have updated their bags. They have I don't know if it's called Bow 2.0, but now this is like their older style of bag. They have a newer style. I think the bag could be a little bit larger than this, but it does not come with this insert. I wanted the insert, so I got the older bag, which is I think their original bag, with these as well. And you can put notebooks in here and just hold them and really be creative with how you use the bands. So I thought that that was pretty unique, which is another reason why I really wanted this style. And then they also had some sets that came with the additional items, like the it's like a washi tape holder made of the same material, and you can get it in so many different colors. Those are sold out, unfortunately, at the time when I was purchasing this because of their sale. And then I decided to also get this one, which is a pen holder, which normally comes in one of the sets that they sell, but it wasn't available, so I had to get it separately. And unfortunately, the color, because I had to get separately, I got to choose the color I wanted. And I decided to go with the amber color. And it looks like this. And it has the holes to fit in here. And I'm pretty sure if I play with it, I can, I don't know, am I supposed to put, okay. I think I'm supposed to put the elastic around here. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Do I keep it like this? I'm just trying to figure out, yeah, so kind of have to pull it underneath so that it can stay in its place. But I thought that this would be a nice color contrast against the black, and I think it works out really well. The nice thing is that you can buy these separately, so if I wanted to get a black one and just switch them out, I can do that also, or can possibly put another one here. I'm not quite sure, but the newer ones already have this built in, so it's not so customizable here on the very top for the newer ones. They kind of have it already built in, so it looks more like those Galen leather bags where everything is already set and then you can put things in as you need them. So the bag also comes with a strap, and this is also well packaged. Let's see. And the strap should be in the same color as your bag. So it's not made of that, it's made of like a ribbon material. Let's see, and it just clicks into the D-rings on the side. Goodness gracious. There's a lot going on here. I'm not gonna be able to clip it in without taking this off. This is wrapped really well. So it's made of a sturdy fabric, and it's like double lined, so it's not anything that's going to tear immediately. It's actually very well made, very sturdy. This bag has a little bit of a heft to it. I'm guessing from the whatever's used inside to hold its shape. But this is actually really well made, and so far I'm really liking this product. There's no feet on the bottom of this bag, so you do want to be careful as to how you set it down if you want to make sure it stays in good shape. But I'm really happy with this product. So I'm going to play with this for a little bit and try to figure out how I want to set it up and what I want to put inside. As for like A5, what could fit? I can put my A5 journal. I can put my A5 Slim in here and still close it up. Let's see, pen-wise, here's a Jinhao. Oh, okay, so the Jinhao is pretty thick. These seem to be really stiff, which could be a good thing. I just don't know how well over time it will do. It's not loose, so it takes some effort to put these in, but at least it will hold it very well. All right, so that's all I have for you for this bag. I really like it. I really like the way it feels. I'm trying to remember if this is real leather. I don't think it is. I think it's like some type of vegan leather. It has a really nice texture to it. There's a smell, but it doesn't smell like real leather. And yeah, but other than that, I think it's definitely a great option. I know this is not anything new. It's just new to me, and I wanted to share it with you. Right now, I really want to take a look at that new fountain pen. So let me pull it out here. And I want to use an ink to fill it. So let me find an ink. So I'm going to go with this Wearing Gold ink. And this is actually one of my newest Wearing Golds. I got it from Amazon. And it's very pretty. It's called The Flowers on the Way. And it is like this dark pink. So let's see how well it does. So let's get closer. Okay. So yes, it is the nib. Does not write well. Whoops. So let me see if I can fix it real quick. I just have some mesh. And it seems like it's scratchy. Yep. So I do write my name. And it does look like the tines are kind of really tight on there. So I'm just kind of pushing down a little bit on my pen, but not too much to where it will railroad and damage the nib, but just a little bit of pressure to open up the tines. So it doesn't write very well freehand. The pen is already quite light. But it's not as scratchy anymore. Can I write my name? Now I don't have to keep this nib in here. I do have other nibs that I could switch this out with, but I don't mind trying to fix the nib, especially since it's not a custom nib or anything like that. I can I might need to cut some of this just because my edges are all bent. I need to get this in there. All right. So what I like to do is I do this when I want to give a little bit more space in between the tines, because I could tell the tines are really tight. And so I will fit this in there. In the nib and just let it sit there for about half an hour to an hour or so. And if I want to even kind of speed it along, I will add like another one like that. So there's two, and it kind of just like opens the tines just a little for more ink flow. And I think that's what's the issue here, is that it was a little bit scratchy, and also the ink flow was a bit it wasn't at its best potential. This might not get it to its best potential. I would need to take it to a nibsmith, but this will help me fill a lot better. And I've done this to about 4 pens, and I found this trick on YouTube, and it's worked for me. It actually has increased the ink flow in my pens. So I'm just going to keep it like this for a little bit, and then I will come back and share with you how it is faring. Okay, so I've had it sitting out, and I've had 2 of them in there for a while, and then I just took out one and did and kept one in. So you can see how much darker it is than when it was first. So there's a little bit more ink coming out. So I think this will do. I did have it uncapped the whole time, so it didn't dry out. But I'm going to play with it a little bit more just to get it to where I prefer to have it. And the 2 main things I use is the mesh and then some brass shims. And anytime that the edges get worn down, I just cut a piece off. So, and I keep everything in one of these containers that one of my custom fountain pens came in, and I just keep it all close by and available to use if I need it. So really happy with this. I really like the sparkle here, and I think it's really pretty, really fitting for the winter to me. Not that I only use certain pens at certain times of the year, but it just seems like it kind of fits this time of year for me. Yeah, so I'll play with it. I haven't written with this ink in a pen before, so this could be just how the ink performs in a fine nib pen, which if there's a lot of shading in an ink and you're using a fine nib pen, it's usually going to show lighter than what the ink could be if it were in a wider nib. So that's just some of the things I've noticed anyway. But that's pretty much all I have to share with you today. If you guys have any questions, please post them in the comments. Don't forget about this iPhone case, and this is the one that will be given away to one of you who are interested, and make sure to put a comment down below on it, and let me show you what that looks like. I guess it would be hard to picture it, but this is my work iPhone, and so just snaps in, and there you go. And then you can get cases to switch them out if you want to, and you have a bunch of them, you just switch them out, or you could even just use it like this if you want a black case. But this is the one I will be giving away. Just wanted to share what it looked like on the iPhone. Again, this is just for an iPhone 12. I do not have all the other options for you. So it would be this actual one that I'm giving away for an iPhone 12. And I want to say thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down below, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.